Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on when or where in the world you're watching this from. Welcome to a very impromptu Minisode of the Code Crown podcast, hosted by yours truly. And I've decided for this Minisode, I will be using a version of our avatar representing myself. My name is AJ. Thank you for joining in. And today I was challenged. Well, I was actually challenged last week on the podcast to do this tier list for Digimon waifus, and I was warned that depending on some of my choices, anarchy may reign in the Discord, so by all means, pop a like on this video, subscribe, and join our Discord. Join our community if you haven't already. The Code Crown Podcast official Discord, link in the description down below. So, let's have a look at what we have here with our rankings. We have S, A, B, C, and D. We have a number of waifu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 40, 42, 48, 50. What is that? 52, 57, 58, 59, 61, 62. 63, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71, 72 choices. Holy cow. It should not take as long as Pokemon Smasher Pass, which we did for the 12-hour stream over on Twitch. So if you missed out on that, sorry. But thank you for joining us for this. So, we'll just get stuck in. We're gonna go from left to right, row by row. I don't have a particular order that I want to do this in otherwise, so we're just gonna take what the tier list throws at us. This might be out of date. Again, later monsters are released, such as whatever Thetismon's final evolution ends up looking like. So, with that in mind, don't judge me too harshly, or maybe do. Let me know in the comments down below, or come into the Discord, as I said, and raise heck that I didn't like your waifu as much as you did. Whatever. So, shall we get started? I think we should. So, starting with Ancient Irismon, or Ancient Kazemon. I actually think it's a very solid design. I like the thigh highs with the exposed, thigh. I like the stomach segment. That's, it's pretty cool. I like that she's still got elements of Valkyriemon with the thing on its head. And, even though it's meant to be, even though she's down as Ancient Kazemon, it somehow doesn't strike me as a Fairymon evolution, which is weird. It looks more like a, it looks more like a Valkyrie line or a Hawkmon or, something into that evolutionary table. But overall, it's a very solid design. I do like her a lot. The giant pauldrons, it's really well put together. It's a very solid design, and for that, we'll give her a B. Moving on to Ancient Mermaimon, who looks nothing like regular Mermaimon, who is nestled here beside Mervamon. We will get to you. I like her design a whole lot more. I love the whole Digimon thing where you've got the bottom half of the face exposed and the top half covered. I love the scales, the fins that come off the shoulders. Gotta love a bit of cleavage, counterbalancing Ancient Irismon's thigh. They both have the open stomach thing. So, not open stomach, but visible stomach. Open stomach, ugh, that'd be gross. But yeah, I think Ancient Mermaimon is a better waifu than Ancient Irismon. So I'm gonna pop Ancient Mermaimon on the A slot. Easy enough so far. Anjouamon X. Okay. I don't like this design. I think it's too over the top. I think it's trying too hard to be sexy. And I just think it's really over-designed. Like, it's got so many wings that it actually hides the body of the Digimon herself. The Pope hat is just too funny. And then the sheer clothing kind of loop around on being sexy and just back to being just fashionable atrocious, but almost kind of hilarious to look at as well. I don't know how they botched that design so much. I really don't. Like, I don't think it's the worst design in the world, you know, but it's a D. It's a D. Yeah, sorry. Regular Anjouamon. It's a classic design. It's our first Digimon waifu, really. You know, that whole thing with Vamdemon episode 36, it all, you know, it lives deep in our hearts and our souls. And I think you just can't beat a classic, which is what they tried to do with the X version, and failed spectacularly. So I'm gonna pop her up on an A. She is probably going to work her way down the end of the A rank as we go through. But it's definitely a solid design. But I don't think it has enough to put it, you know, over the top to S rank. So, but it's not, I don't dislike it enough to put it down to a B either. So I think A is very fitting. Then we have Arachnamon in spider form. No thank you, D. Then we have Babamon, no thank you, also a D. Boncho Lilymon, hell yeah. A+ design. Not enough to send it over the top into S rank, but oh hell yeah, A+ design. I actually like it a lot more than Anjouamon's design. Bastemon is a B? B for Bastemon. I mean, it's a solid design. Cat Genie is cute. It's, you know, that is what it is. I actually think I like her design more than Ancient Irismon, so we'll bump her up that little bit. And then I think this is BL Starmon X. So I didn't even realize she got an X evolution yet. So that just seems to be maybe too much too soon, but I don't hate it. You know, there's definitely worse designs out there. But I don't think her official art does her any favors. Right? But then again, fan art is always going to make something look better than it actually is. So maybe that's not a fair comparison. But I like the dual colors in the mask. I like the one half of the mask being black or, you know, blue or whatever, and the other half being like a white and silver. Her basically just having a chest plate and nothing else until you get to the pants, and then them do it like having like one leg be full and then another leg be like not even shorts, but then you've got the bullets wrapped around the thigh. I think a lot of the design comes across as funny more than it does appealing. If given the chance, would I say no though? Probably not. I am human after all. Well, this version of me anyway. I'm gonna give it a B. Again, I think it suffers from the Anjouamon X problem where it's too over-designed. But I still think it's a much better design than Anjouamon X, and I don't dislike it enough to make it a C grade. So I think I'll put it after Ancient Irismon. Maybe I'll see about that later on. But yeah. And then we have regular BL Starmon, which I really do love because it is just gender-bent Beelzemon. Like which was always the point, right? But, you know, I know she is also just you know, I know she is also just a chest plate, but the long leather jacket, the pants that match, the gun, the bayonetta guns on the feet. There's a lot more about the base design that I love over the X design. And sometimes less is more. Like, I really do love the idea of her cloak having all the gun holsters in it. That is hilarious to me. So she is a low A, high B, I think. I really do prefer the original design over the X version. And, you know, I mean, big booba all around, you know, and plenty of waist and whatever, but just the design is a lot... I think the design is a lot more palatable in the base form than the X antibody, so... that is what it is. Fight me in the comments, I don't care. Now, Calamaramon. This gets tricky. Because... well... you know, the top half is great, but the bottom half is just a big old squid. You know? And, she's actually kinda scary. She's got, like, the artwork here, she's got this sort of risky boots from Shantae look to her, which I think is fun, but, I mean, that's not something to judge a whole design on. So... well... oh, God. yeah, and she's terrifying, like... whether it was in Frontier or Adventure 2020, she's just got this really imposing aura to her. It's just a shame. I think Frontier was played more for laughs in general. But the whole thing, like, you've got the gills on the stomach, and you've got the slits on the arms, and, you know, obviously the gills on the neck, and she's got this really sinister face to her. I think it's a solid design, but I wouldn't be in a rush to marry it, you know? Which is, again, waifu. I don't dislike... I still like the design more than Holy... sorry, not Holy. I still like the design more than Anjumamon X, but I don't think it's... I think it's a C. You know, it's... she's good up top, but then once you get past the waist, it's just all squid. And, yeah, I'm not a fan of seafood. Let's say that. Let's say that and move on. So, next up then is Ceresmon. Now, I might be a bit of a hypocrite here, based on what I said about BL Starmon, but I actually think Ceresmon is an S rank. I think that design is perfect. The sheer tights, you know, the armor on the legs, the giant armored feet, the huge gauntlets. She's got the face thing with the really big helmet on, the vines, everything. I really love that design. The pink hair, the flowers off the shoulder, everything about it. You know, yeah, she's our first S rank. I don't know. It's just something about Ceresmon that, like, when I see the design, it's immediate. Hello, mommy? Sorry, mommy? What? Sorry, what? That meme. But yeah. Then we have Cho Hakaimon, who is a Japanese schoolgirl in a swimsuit in a pig costume. It's a funny design. And the character, you know, was funny in Cross Wars, but I don't see it as waifu material, so we're gonna give it a D rank, but it's still a better design than Anjuwamon X. Darkmon. Darkmon holds a special place for me. And to anyone who's followed my Digimon trajectory long term, like even longer than the podcast, this is probably going to be no surprise. But yeah, Darkmon is an S rank, and you fight me on that one, I will pummel you into the ground. Then we have Dianamon, who I don't know, it's like lady in armor, right? I've never looked at Dianamon as a waifu, you know, because when she came out around Digimon World Dawn and Dusk, you know, it was Apollomon and Dianamon. You've got the whole sun and moon dichotomy going on, but I think it's a really cool design. I really do like the armor. I'm not sure if I tell a lie. I'm not sure I like the moons with faces on her legs, right? I don't think I like the curved shin guards, shin guard boot things. That might be a bit much for me. But in other aspects, like the design is really good. I like that it keeps the rabbit theme as it goes through with those things on her head. The crescent moons on the shoulders as well might just be a bit too much over design. Yeah, I think she's a solid C above a Kalmaramon. What is this one? I'll come back to this one because I don't know the name of it. I can't tell from here. So I'll come back to that one in a second once I learn more about it. Fairymon or Kazemon, whatever you prefer. It's Mimi if she was an angelic layered battle doll, right? That has always been my thing about Fairymon, is that she looks like Mimi, right? But there's a part of me that's never been able to get past that. There was a really cool artwork I seen a few weeks ago where it was Fairymon blended with Ryder from Fate, and I thought that was a really cool idea. Like that was super cool. I'm surprised I hadn't seen that before. But because Frontier released in 2004, you know, just 2 years or so after Digimon Adventure 02, like 02 Mimi was still fresh in my head. So it just looked like someone took 02 Mimi and stuck her in a bikini. And I've never really been able to get past that. Plus the fact that she loses her own first evolution episode, which, you know, I've ranted about that enough over the years. I'm not going to get into that again. It's a fine design, but it doesn't... I've no other feelings toward it other than, yeah, it's fine. Sure. So I think... I said it's still a better design than Chohakaimon, so I'm gonna make it a D. You know. Oh geez, then we have this thing who I can't remember the name of, but I remember it being in Ghost Game and not Ghost Game, Cross Hunters. I remember it being in Cross Hunters. Let me open it in a new tab and see if I can get the name of it. I'll come back. Jellymon, obviously D, right? Like, because Jellymon is a child. We don't lewd the lollies. That is one rule I have on the channel, is we don't lewd the lollies. So, yeah. And that will probably infer a lot of my choices here, but we don't lewd the lollies. So you go right down to the end, Jellymon. I love you as a character on Ghost Game. You're a mischievous little brat, and I think you're a cool character. But no, we don't lewd the lollies. Hoodymon then is an interesting choice because I don't want to come across as Wormmon bias or Hacker's memory bias. Now, that said though, like the giant butterfly wings, which may be inferring an evolution of the avatar you see in front of you, so I might be planning something in the coming weeks to give AJ here a bit more agency and free him from the shadows, or get him out from under the shadows of Ami. I love the thigh-high boots. It's got the Digimon thing going on, like with the RoboCop face, as I mentioned before. It's a really solid design, but I don't have waifu feelings for it because my brain still associates it to Erica and Wormmon and that whole story. But I still think it's a really solid design. I think they went above and beyond with it. Its attack being Infinite Dream, a reference to the song Butterfly and everything else, etc., etc. I'm gonna give Hoodymon a B. I'm gonna put her above Bastemon. There we go. I don't think it's an A design. I don't think it's like even an A- design, but it's certainly a B+. It's a B+ player. But I don't dislike the design. There aren't enough design elements that like knock it down to a C or even in the D ranks. So yeah. Moving forward from that then, we have Ancient Sylphimon? Is that the one? Hold on. No, I don't think it's Ancient Sylphimon, but Jet Sylphimon, that's the one. Jet Sylphimon is just fun. Like, the giant the airplane hat is stupid, and the giant pinwheel is comical. And I hate saying it, but like it kind of continues the Kazemon line, even though it's a Sylphimon, right? It's Jet Sylphimon, but it's not related to the Sylphimon from Adventure 02 design-wise. But because it's also the fusion evolution of Kazemon and Shutumon, right? Naming conventions in Digimon are freaking weird, but its design does carry on that whole thing, and like the big thrusters, the wing, the thrusters it has for wings. Like, it's another one of those comical designs that are played for laughs. And I think a lot of its design elements are even sillier than Dianamon. But I'm gonna put it here between Dianamon and Calmaramon. Then we have Junomon. Cripes. I don't like this design. Like, in general, the pointed legs, the weird like swords on its wrists, like, this is like, it's so over designed. Like, I get what they were going for with it, but oh, there's just too much going on and my eyes don't know where to look, and it ends up spoiling the design for me. So I'm not super enthused. You know, I actually think its hysteric mode is a better design than its base form, which is so friggin' random, but yeah, Junomon for me is a D rank, and I think I might like its design less than Anjuwamon X, so we're gonna pop her down here. Then we have Kinkakumon, which, you know, sorry, not sorry, but death by Snoo Snoo, please. S rank. Then we have Purple Sakuyamon. I know it has a name. Is it Kazu Huramon or something? Kazuhamon even. So Kazuhamon Miko mode, and I figure I should probably dig out the Sakuyamon versions as well if I do this, because they're the same design, but obviously different color schemes. So the Miko mode, I think, are really good. I really like Miko mode, because it's so different, like as a burst form or a next stage up or a power boost. But I don't know if I like it more than the base forms is the thing. Because ultimately, like, they are just girl in fox mask, right? When you take them, fair enough, there's an argument to be made that Sakuyamon is just girl in armor, right? But ultimately, for the Miko mode, she loses all that armor and just retains the fox mask. So while I really do love the designs, I think they're like, for me, they're down more in like the A- area. So I'm gonna bring Kazuhamon there, and I'll grab Sakuyamon Miko mode as well, because I might as well rank them on the same level. And in that, let me grab Sakuyamon here and bring her up to Kazuhamon regular form. So oh, sorry, I just had to cough there, so I hope you won't mind if I crack open a cold one. Good ASMR, I hope. So what I'm gonna do, because I really love those designs so much more, yeah, like, these are S-rank designs. They really are. Like, they even knew, like, not to mess with it when they did the alternate color form. They didn't mess with it too much. You know, aside from tinting it purple, there's a couple of other, you know, minor differences, but yeah, no, those designs are just top tier. And because we're talking about that evolution line, I probably should talk about Sakuyamon X, right? Or Sakuyamon X, because we're already there, right? I don't want to be jumping around the thing too much, but if we're already in that ballpark, we might as well finish out the evolution line, right? Sakuyamon X. Oh boy, where do I start? Okay. They were so close with this one. Right? They were so close. I love that she rides around on a giant wolf. Right? A giant energy wolf. Or fox or whatever, right? Super cool. But it's tough not to look at this Digimon outside of its official art, because its official art is just big blue green massive energy, right? So it's tough to try and see the Digimon herself through all that. And when you do, right, the giant shoulder, the giant Samus armor shoulder things, right, are comical. Right, and then you've got the giant boots with the knee things as well. I do wonder if it's one of these things that looks better in motion. Like, there's probably is there a video for it for that mobile game that we looked at one time? Let me just see. Maybe she looks better in motion, because I do love the whole thing of running around on a giant dog. But yeah, no, I don't know if there's anything official for outside of like the artwork that we have. Maybe I should check the Wikimon. But I mean, ultimately, if I have to go looking for other references to get a better idea of what I'm looking at, that doesn't say a lot for the presentation of the base design, right? I know there was the Kenji artwork from when she was first revealed, and that looked so much better than the official art, not gonna lie. And if I was basing it on that art, I would probably make her an S rank. But when you look at the official art, again, it's just a thing where she's over-designed. This is where they took a design that they shouldn't have messed with, and they knew they shouldn't have, but they tried it anyway. I think they tried to reinvent the wheel with her, and it just doesn't work. For me anyway. Like the giant Samus shoulders, you know, I'm not really a fan of. Especially like when she's not really even still in armor. Like she's still basic, like she's, you know, she's not naked, but she's severely she's in a lot more of a state of undress than she would have been previously. Not that I'm not shaming or anything. It's just, I don't even like the helmet and those long ears that come out, right? So you've got the long ears that come out on the side, and then you've got the fox ears up top. Like, there's so much of this design I look at and I go, but why though? Like, I just think a lot of it comes off more as more goofy than anything else. So ultimately, this was been a whole lot of a roundabout way of saying I'm going to give it a C rank, because the primary artwork is just, she's almost impossible to make out with everything that's going on, and then just the over designedness of everything else, just it doesn't lend itself well to something like this. So I'm gonna grab Tsukuyamon X here. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got these long ears here, and then you've got these other ones on the helmet. I'm not a fan, so I'm gonna drop her. Yeah, I think her design isn't as silly as these two. Right, so she's a C+, right? Rather than, you know, at the very least. That's probably upset a few people, but then, right, Lady Devimon X. Can I just say, this is one of my favorite redesigns. It took the existing concept and it made it scarier, right? The little demon thing that looked like that was just a flash, you know, like just a bit of fabric with a face on it on the original design. Like, they've given that these massive horns and these gangly arms, and it looks terrifying. You know, she's got this giant extra claw with eyes on it, and you know, so she shares a lot of design similarities with BL Starmon. Instead of just being wrapped in a chain, she now carries it as a weapon. Like, this Lady Devimon X is so close to perfect. The only thing about her that I feel lets the design down, is the headpiece. I think those ears or horns, whatever they were meant to be, are just far too damn big. I even like the big ol' X on her face because it gives me, Dark Seraphimon vibes from Frontier. It gives me those kind of vibes. So I was really even digging the thing on the front of her face. But the giant ears or horns or whatever those were meant to be bring it down. So sadly, instead of being S tier, she is only A+. I had you going there, didn't I? I hope so. Yeah, look, Lady Devimon X is one of my favorite redesigns. It's a vast improvement over the original, which we'll get to now. And I think the original kind of has the Anjouamon vibe where, yeah, you know, it is an A rank design. Like, they nailed it on the first go. And with Lady Devimon X, they just almost reinvented the wheel. But over-design sort of bled in, and this is where we are with it. So, but the over-design isn't so much that it takes away from the rest of it, so. Lilamon is a cute... What is she meant to be? Like a cute big sister type? You know? She's fine. She's adorable. I'd say she's a low B. Lilithmon X. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Lilithmon X is S rank. I don't know. Maybe she's up here. Lilithmon X is where they took a really good design in regular Lilithmon, you know, like she's got that whole geisha thing going for her. She's very busty, and her whole thing is lust, so she's very alluring, and you know, and all of that, right? But Lilithmon X, they succeeded in what they set out to do. You know, she's not over-designed. The butterfly wings make sense. Having the crest of lust, or whatever it's meant to be called, but you know what I mean, in the wings is a really nice touch. I always like when the Demon Lord crests are factored into their design somewhat, so I really do like that. You know, she now looks like she's wearing face paint, you know, so she's got like the not quite like a kabuki mask, but it's that sort of face paint now, and then she's got the white eyes to make it look more mask-like. Lilithmon X is 150%, you know, a reinvention of the wheel. Like, they nailed it. They took the Lilithmon concept, did their homework, and made a much better waifu out of it. But on that, Lilithmon herself, well, I mean, you know, she's an A rank, so if the redesign beats the original, that's always what we love to see. So, Lilymon, kind of the same as Lilamon. These two slots are interchangeable. Like, they are flower ladies with flowers on their heads, you know? what else can you do with that? Lilymon X. I mean, it's more of the same, isn't it? She's less... they've tried to make her a bit sexier, so she's gone from sort of teenager to young adult kind of thing. So they've given her an open top. They've given her a much more of like a Hawaiian skirt dress. Like, they've really sort of leaned in on a lot of this stuff, and but then again, like, it all depends on the artwork that you're looking at. Even among Digimon media, Lilymon X can look so goofy in one artwork with her giant hands, and then, you know, her own kind of sexy in others. So it's fine. Like, I'm generally not a fan of X designs over the original. You know, exceptions made today, but so I'm gonna bring, I think Lilymon X is like a C tier, maybe in there, but she as bad as Dianamon, and no. I think that's a good spot for her. Then Lotusmon, well, I mean, it's just... Lotusmon is fine. You see, I associate Lotusmon to more so to Bio Lotusmon from Savers, which then goes back to Nanami and all of that stuff. But I really do like the design, the sort of the open wedding dress looking thing. It's got this sort of, if not wedding dress, it's got this sort of Victorian frill look to it. I don't know if I'm a fan of like the little decorations that go around the dress, but the serpent staff, the lotus staff, you know, is it meant to be like a mock modesty panel on her top, where you can still, like, they didn't want all of your attention going on her chest, but they didn't want to take it away either. It just comes across as some sort of mock modesty panel. I think Lotusmon's design is pretty damn solid. I think it's a low A, so I'm gonna pop her down here. Like, it's like an A-, B+ kind of design. But just looking at the current rankings, I do like it more than Hoodimon, so it probably should either be here or here, and we can fiddle with that as we go. Lovely Angemon. I really like that design. I do. I really love, well, Lovely Angemon's design. She's like sporty and a pop idol, and she'll punch you and kick your ass, and you know, and then yeah, sure, she's from Rearise, which, you know, maybe we should vote high just in memory of Rearise, but I really do think it's a solid design. I love the asymmetrical design, so you've got like the winged kind of pauldron on one side, where you've got a more armored technology based one on the other, her mask being two different styles. Then you've got the ribbon around her hair carrying over from Anjouamon. No, it's an A. It's an A design. I really do like it. Just looking at it again here from Rearise, that artwork, it's super fun, and it's not completely over designed. Like, it's got this mix going of, it's got this weird mix going on of like technology versus pomp. You know, like pomp and circumstance. She's got this sort of idol dress kind of culture going on, you know, where she'll be on stage and giving it her all, but she's also ready to kick your ass, and that's what the technology style armor is for. So yeah, I think it's an A design. I think it's probably in here though. I don't think it's as good as Boncho Lilymon or any of these designs, but I definitely think it deserves its place around here. I don't like it more than Lady Devimon, but I do think I like it more than BL Starmon, so that's where we'll place her. Alright, Mastemon. I mean, I like Anjouamon, I like Lady Devimon, but what if I mashed them together? Like, what if we just mashed them together? I love her design, and I'm very unapologetic for that. I love the giant feathery wings on one side and the tattered black wings on the other. The split down the middle of the darkness and light, and the two elements of her, you know, fusion materials coming together in such a nice way. The only thing I think that would have been better for the design, like if it's sort of similar to Lovely Angemon, where like if the, say the Anjouamon side was all slick cyber holy armor, and the Lady Devimon side was still sort of tattered and leathered and, you know, but again, oh. Yeah, I went there. It's an S-rank design. It's super damn cool, and I'm completely and unabashedly apologetic for that. Right, what is this one that I don't recognize? It's another one I'll have to come back to toward the end. So then we just get to regular Mermaimon, and shit, guys, like, how can you not like that just the base regular design? How can you not like that? You know, sexy pirate captain. You know, I love her giant anchor weapon. I think it's funny, the bandoliers around the waist, you know, and they don't look like they're squishing her in. You know, it doesn't look like they're pressing her legs together or anything, because, well, she's a mermaid, so them being such, yeah, I think all the design elements work. The tattoos, everything. I really love Mermaimon's design, and I'm gonna pop her up here. Might be a controversial choice. I'm gonna pop her up here beside Ancient Mermaimon. Then Mervamon. Good lord. Sexy dynamite, huh? Yeah, Mervamon, Jesus. My feelings are kind of the same as Kinkakumon. Death by Snoo Snoo. So, yeah, I'm not sorry. Regular Minervamon. Also down here. Don't loot the lollies. And Minervamon X. Jesus. That's the little tiny one on the giant sword, isn't it? Oh no, okay, so she can... Is there like two versions? No. Okay, so Minervamon X is really tiny and lives on her sword, basically. I don't like the... no. This is probably my least favorite design of the lot so far. So we're bringing her down here, both for don't loot the lollies and for just, it's a trash design. I'm sorry to anybody who likes it, but it's a, oh, I just think it's a trash design. I'm not a fan. So yeah, I'm waiting to be berated in the comments, but her outfit is just bandages and a thong. No, and she's got this really super deformed head. She looks like a Pop Funko. Or a Funko Pop, whatever the hell. Just no. You stay down the end of this list. And then we have Nefertimon. Just no. I'm not into cats in that regard. Bastimon is different. She at least is more human looking ish. But Nefertimon, you've got that blank sphinx like slab of a face. You know, it's emotionless. It just and I've always complained when some of the previous card games Jinxtrix, you know, went out of their way to try and make Nefertimon and Nefertimon X sexy. They are still better designs than Arachnimon down. So let's do this. And just move along. Ophanimon. Ooh. Why are there two Ophanimon fall down modes? Oh, fall down mode X. Right, she did get an X evolution, didn't she? Right. Well, right, well, let's start with the... And then Ophanimon X. Right. I was like, why are there 4 of them? Yeah, the X antibodies. Right, let's start with Ophanimon base form. It's a B. It's a B design. Like, I like it, but the armored skirt and those, or armored dress and those kitten heels are just like, yeah. No, thank you. I know she can fly, so it doesn't matter, but it's the aesthetic we're talking about. So, I think Ophanimon goes down here, to be honest. Let me have a look at Ophanimon X and see if I like that design any better. Let's have a look here. Well, they got rid of the armored dress, which is a plus. The energy wings are kind of cool. The beams coming out of the shoulders are neat. She's rolling around on a wheel. Sure, that's a choice. Don't know how I feel about this one. Not gonna lie. Don't know how I feel about this one. Ooh. Like, I like it. It's an improvement over regular Ophanimon. And I think I prefer the energy wings over the metallic wings. But what is going on with that wheel it rides around in? Or rides around on? It looks like a it looks like a blade from Xenoblade 2. Like a rare blade. The only thing stopping me from ranking this higher are the shoulder bits. Once again, the shoulder bits let it down. I don't even mind the wheel, but it's the shoulder bits with the energy beam coming out of it. Out of them, I should say. That are really turning me off that design. Because with the energy wings, I just feel like there's too much going on in that regard. I still think it's a better design than Ophanimon base, so I am going to rank it here. And it's better than Lilymon. Yeah. You know what? I think that's a good placement. Right, so Ophanimon fall down mode. Boy. Like, it has a lot of the same problems as regular Ophanimon. I'm just not a fan. Like, her just being completely encased in armor is fine. At least she doesn't, and at least the metallic skirt has opened up to show off some, you know, armored legs. So there's that, I guess. I do like the giant scythe, and I much prefer the demonic wings over just regular Ophanimon's 8 metal regular wings. And the death scythe is also pretty dang cool. Not sure I like the motor or the fan on it. That was a design choice, but I think overall I like fall down mode over the regular one. So I'm gonna bring that here. I really dislike Ophanimon's design more than these two. No. Okay. Oop. And then Ophanimon fall down X. That's actually a worthwhile improvement. Not sure I like the things that float around her, but giving her actual wings rather than energy-based ones. Nothing else, the energy like things coming out of the shoulders don't get lost because of that. So I actually do think that's a much better design as well. So I don't like it as much. Oh, hold on. You know, I think I like it better than the regular. So yeah. So in order, fall down, Ophanimon fall down X, Ophanimon X, Ophanimon fall down, Ophanimon. I've said Fanny a lot. That joke only works in like 3 territories. Now, so then we have Ordinemon, which is like, no thank you. Like, Eldritch Abomination. I don't care if she's flying around butt naked. Just no. Your design isn't as... Yeah. 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 Because it's it's an Eldritch Abomination, but it's not an emotionless Sphinx. It's not a spider lady. It's not an old woman. It's not a lolly. It's not another lolly, and it's not a pop Funko. So yeah, I think the ranking checks out. Queen Chessmon. Solid design. Queen Chessmon is a solid design. I've really enjoyed it since Savers, and it's not an energetic, over-designed mess like the Ophanimons. I'm gonna put her above Ancient Kazemon or Ancient Irismon. I think that's all. I think that's good. Raffalesimon. Have I mispronounced that? Yeah, I think that Raffalesimon. It's just Rosemon, but completely in red, and we haven't even touched Rosemon yet. So, like, what is it? It's meant to be like a fusion of Lotusmon and Rosemon. Like, it just looks like you could call her Queen Rosemon. And, you know, I think people would go, yeah, that checks out. But it's a super solid design. I like the, I like the hologram stuff going on the back of the skirt and in the sleeves. And then the rest of her just looks like a Rosemon, which is a top tier design anyway. I'm going to bump her up to S. They knocked it out of the park with Rafflesimon. God. I always mix up the Meikumon mega levels. This is... Brig. This is Raguelmon, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this is like there's this one's Raguelmon. So it's a cat. It's a cat that will rip your throat out. Covered in armor. I think in Try they gave it boobs unnecessarily. It's still a better design than Ordinemon, though. It's a better... you know what? It's the best of the D ranks. I'll give it that. Then we have Ranamon. Well, you go down here to Jellymon. You lolly jellyfish squid ladies can hang out together. We move on. Razielmon. Now. Razielmon is also a big cat lady. She's the one that won't rip your throat out. Yeah, you know what? She's got that kind of Bastemon thing going on with the big legs as well. And I really do like the design more than Raguelmon. Although the big things on her wings are, distracting. You know what? No, I have no regrets. She's Bastemon adjacent, but I like the design more. So yeah, I think bumping her up to A. Do I like her better? Do I like her design better than Lotusmon's? Maybe a little bit. And I think I'll put her. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. No, I don't like it more than... Yeah, okay. Okay, that's final. Then we get into the Rosemons. So we may as well start with Rosemon base. It's an... yeah, I mean... And then we have Rosemon Burst Mode, which is just Rosemon but white. So, yeah, like, it should rank lower or at the same level as the base form. And then Rosemon X. I don't think I've looked at this thing properly in years, so let's take a look. Oh, yes. I love the cloak. The giant vines. Yeah, it's a solid design. It's a nice evolution. I don't know why I tried to make that a joke or make it funnier than it seemed. It's a nice evolution of the Rosemon design. It's not as BDSM-y as regular Rosemon. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we'll pop it up here. Yeah, that's good. I think that's a good spot for her. Then Sanzomon. I'm not sorry. Sanzomon, yeah. Convert me to your religion, mommy. Shuhumon, yeah, like, I was never enamored by that design either. I still think it's better than Jet Sylphimon, or yeah, yeah, it's better than these ones. There we go. Yeah. Sirenmon. Oh boy. Well, the Sirenmon, no. Sirenmon is generally shown as a small child. So, yeah. Oh, no. Stay there. Sistermon Blanc. Oh, okay. This is where, okay. Can I get this out of the way and just say Venusmon S rank? Witchmon. I have to work backwards here because we're getting into we're getting into Sistermon territory, and then we've these ones that I just don't recognize. Or I know the second one here still. I remember it being in Cross Wars, but I don't remember its damn name. Let's see. All right, so Witchmon, I do like its design. I think it's a solid B. Yeah, I think it's a solid B. Then Weddenmon is a snack. I think we can all agree Weddenmon is a bit of a snack. Again, also I think a solid B design. So I do like her design better than these. So that's a fitting place. You know what I think I'll do as well? Can I add it's here? Add row below. Okay. Then we'll make it red. Don't lose. Yeah. And then we can drop all of these down here. The order really doesn't matter. Except for Minervamon X. That design can die in a fire. So what color should this one be? Just to replace it. I don't know, purple. Why not? Okay. Tinkermon. Oh boy. Sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to remember what this thing's name was. But I might not have that on hand, so let's start with Tinkermon then, because I like Tinkermon's design. She does come across as bratty child. I know recent card art has tried to make her a bit more sexier in her posing or age her up a bit. But generally, you know, she is small. She is also small child. So, I think Tinkermon falls into... Or, yeah, I think she falls into our don't loot the lolly section. Right. Then, Fetismon. Maybe it's recency bias. Don't care. Let's, She is S rank. I think I'll... Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Even... Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Then we have Tesla Jellymon, who... again, you know, kind of falls into the same boat as Ferrymon and Chohakaimon here. So I'll put her there. Don't know if I should really move these three down here. So, you know, whatever. Sistermon Noir. Right. Sistermon Noir. I'm going to hell for even trying to rank these nuns, aren't I? Right. I think Noir is a high B. I think CL is a high A. It's wild to imagine that these two were once just a recolor of each other and now they're separate monsters, but I think CL... Oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yep. You can call that what you want. Blanc falls into don't loot the lollies. Don't really think the order matters here, except, you know, X, but... Now, then we have the awakened forms. Sistermon Noir awakened. As a concept, I really do like the awakened forms. So I'm gonna... Yeah. And then still, well, just to keep the Sistermons together, because like awakened Sistermon Noir is just funny as a character in Cyber Sleuth. You know, don't trust the quiet ones, you know, that kind of thing. Where she just goes hell for leather and wanting to battle. And then, you know, once the battle's over and she's reverted back to base form, she's all, oh, Gankumon-sama, you know, we need to train. And, you know, oh, Noir, you know, she loves her little family. So that leaves these last three. So what are we looking at here? What is that one? Do I get... I might have to on full screen this. Oh, Harpymon. Right. Harpymon. D. Yeah, just D. Then Mephismon. Wait, what? Mephismon X? Mephismon X is a waifu? Excuse me? When did I miss that one? Oh my god, it really is. Wow. Okay, they really gave it some defining features on the official art, didn't they? Wow. Okay, I don't think I'd ever seen that. Okay, looking at that design up close. Let me full screen this again. So, looking at that design up close, it's really cool. I kind of like the Victorian vibe that's got going for it, with the corset. The eyes in the puffy sleeves are really sick. I don't know where it fares as a waifu, right? I mean, and if that's what you're into, cool. Jeez, I never thought they turned Mephistomon into a waifu. That's actually kind of funny. And there's a part of me that applauds it. Like, well done, I guess, for just throwing caution to the wind and gender bending your X evolution. That's hilarious. So, okay, I really like the design. I do. It's one of my favorite designs that we've looked at today. So, I actually think it's an A-level design. I think. I don't know where in regards to waifuing, because ultimately it is a skull face at the end of the day. You know, maybe she's a caring, attentive lover. Who knows? But God, no, I really do like that. I love the idea. I love the costume. I really do. I'm gonna leave her there, and I will not comment further. So that leaves Eosmon, and I forgot Eosmon was a thing. Because that is... like, that's the big final form of Eosmon, isn't it? That's the mega level one. Which is also why I didn't recognize it, because I couldn't see the giant crystal wings that it normally carries, because it's got that whole butterfly motif going on. Which would, again, make it a perfect evolution line for Hoodimon, but what can we do there? If they ever... well, I was going to say if they ever put her on a dim card, they would probably do that. But no, they didn't. I have Hoodimon from the Wormmon dim card, and that is not what they did. Maybe a future one, who knows? So, Eosmon's final form is a clunky mess. I actually do not like the design. Definitely not the worst one we've looked at today. But certainly not the best one. I think I'll pop it around here, I think? So, yeah. And that brings our tier list to an end. Holy smokes, look at that thing. I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. But we've done it. We have completed the tier list. And, well, we had to add a tier to it for my vague moral compass, but I think we did the right thing at the end. Like, they're not these three, Ferrymon, Chohakaimon, and Tesla Jellymon. They're not strictly lollies, but, you know, there is argument for them to be made to be put on the bottom tier. Especially since in my head I can only see Ferrymon as 02 Mimi in a bikini. And for that reason I probably will bump her down, so there we go. Chohakaimon is just a Japanese schoolgirl in a swimsuit. In a pig suit. You know, so... Again, good character. The comic effect she's played for works really well, but design-wise and for waifuing, no, we shan't lewd the lolly. And then, where is she gone? Tesla Jellymon is probably up around here as well. Because again, like she's a teenager where Jellymon is just a child, but still lolly, you know. Thetismon is great, but the other two forms, I don't want to go to prison. I'd rather not, if that's okay. So that is where we'll leave the tier list, I think. For the bottom row, it's just purely aesthetics at that point. Everything else, well, I think I've made my comments, and I've made my thoughts clear. Have I though? Ooh, am I gonna upset some people? Am I going to upset some people? Am I going to upset some people? We're going to upset some people. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm happy with. That is where we're going to finish up. So, feel free to drop your thoughts and complaints in the comment section below. Thank you very much for joining. You can follow me and my co-host Meg on the Code Crown podcast every Sunday, where we are currently working our way through Digimon Ghost Game. So join us for that, and following from Ghost Game, we will be looking at either Digimon Universe Applemon or revisiting Digimon Tamers. So there's a lot of good stuff to come. Like and subscribe. Memberships are there if you'd like to support the channel. No obligation, but the option is there. You will get evolving membership badges and exclusive emotes for your stay on our channel. The model here will be upgrading and digivolving, you might say, in coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that. I'm looking forward to some things I have planned for that. But my name has been AJ. Thank you so much for joining me for this. Feel free to take the tier list yourself. If you don't like my choices, go ahead and make your own. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. And goodbye. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.